How would you like to get paid to move around? Seriously, that's no joke because I recently got into a project where you're rewarded in crypto to either walk, jog, or run, and that project is called STEPN. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about how STEPN works and then address my thoughts on the future of the project. I'm on their homepage right now, but if I go over here and click this and then click on how to play, it'll tell you exactly how the game works. The first is to pick a shoe that fits your fitness level. There are 4 shoe types: walker, jogger, runner, and trainer. And in order to earn on that shoe, you'll need to move at the designated speed. For example, with a walker, you'll need to move between 1 and 6 kilometers per hour. And for a jogger, it'll be 4 to 10 kilometers an hour. And underneath is how much GST, which is their utility token, you can earn per 1 energy, which is the equivalent of about 5 minutes of movement. So for a walker, you can earn about 4 GST per energy, and it'll be 5 GST per energy for the jogger. At the moment, 1 GST is the equivalent to about $5.20 US or about $6.50 Canadian. I will say though that the price of GST does fluctuate quite a bit and that the price right now for GST is on the higher end. So after you've decided on which shoe is best for you, you'll need to buy a sneaker in order to participate in earning their GST token. I will put a disclaimer though that their sneakers are expensive and that the cost of barrier is pretty high. At the time of recording, the cheapest pair of shoes is just over 9.5 Solana, and 1 Solana is just about 116 US dollars. This means that a basic shoe will cost about 1100 USD or about $1,400 Canadian. But just like the GST token, the prices of the shoe fluctuates. I've seen floor prices of a shoe as low as 7.5 Solana. Now, if you're discouraged by the high prices of a shoe, later this year, they'll be releasing a rental system where you can borrow shoes for, I believe, free of charge. When deciding on which is the best shoe for yourself, you'll really want to look at the stats of that particular shoe because that will affect how much you earn, your chances of getting a mystery box, and how much you'll need to pay to repair the shoe. To learn more specifically about how the game works, I would recommend perusing through their white paper to really make sure that you understand the different aspects of the game because of the high barrier to entry. I would strategically map out the route you'd like to approach the game when it comes to earning from it. There's no one-size-fits-all strategy, and the best strategy will differ from individual to individual. After you've bought your pair of shoes, you'll just need to equip it and start moving around. This is what the screen looks like when you're moving around and earning. So pretty much that's how the game works. It's a very simple crypto play to earn game. So far, I've logged in just over 21 kilometers of movement, and it's been quite a fun experience. Not only am I getting healthier, but I'm also getting rewarded to do so. Now that you have a better understanding of how the game works, I'm going to briefly talk about my thoughts on the future of STEPN. But before I do though, I do want to say that this is not financial advice. Always do your own research, as what I'm saying is for entertainment purposes only. Now, I believe that STEPN is worth paying attention to or getting involved with, and I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I believe so. The first reason is because of the investors. We can see that Sequoia is an investor. If you don't know who they are, Sequoia is a venture capital firm who's an investor of some big tech companies like DoorDash, Apple, FTX, and Airbnb. In addition to Sequoia, we can see that Binance Labs has also made an investment in them as well. This not only means that they've got access to capital, but they also have access to key people should they need the human resources or talent. The fact that these big investors are involved with them, that's got my attention. The second reason is because of the positive outlook on Web3, which is what STEPN is. If you're not sure of what Web3 is exactly, it basically means that you can have actual ownership of what you purchase online. Now, if we look up the search term Web3 on Google Trends, we can see that although there's been a slight dip in interest since the end of last year, there's overall an increase in interest this time last year. I also suspect that interest will continue to grow despite this dip. The reason for this is because if we look at the overall trend in crypto, it's moving more towards decentralization. Back in 2017, CryptoKitties was the start of the NFT era. In 2018 and 2019, decentralized finance or DeFi, like Compound Finance, was slowly rolling out. Then in 2020, decentralized exchanges like Uniswap and PancakeSwap started coming out as well. In addition to this, more coins that have smart contract capabilities are being released. So if we really look at what's happening in the crypto space, more decentralization is coming. The last reason has to do with their roadmap. If we look at what they've listed out, they've pretty much been able to execute on whatever it is that they've listed out. This makes me have more faith that they'll be able to deliver on what they've got listed on their roadmap for the future. In particular, I'm excited about the multi-chain upgrades along with their rental system. In addition, I like how they're also focusing on the social element to the game. This will definitely encourage others to participate and stick to the game. In fact, even right now, there are many resources that have been created by community members to help with optimizing shoes. But not all is perfect, however. There are always risks involved with any project. A concern that I do have though is the long-term sustainability of the game. This is because of how high the ROI is on the shoes. I worked out the math and it looks like you can make back your initial investment within 2 months. Whether or not this is sustainable is very questionable. Perhaps in the future they'll decrease the ROI, or maybe the price of the shoes will increase. They did, however, release an article about their tokenomics on the game, what sets them apart from other games, and why they have a future. Despite that though, the key takeaway from this article is that as long as there are more people who are interested in using the GST token within the game than selling it, that'll ultimately lead to the success of STEPN. But the same idea could be said of any investment though. As long as there are more buyers than sellers, the price will ultimately go up. So those are my thoughts on the future of STEPN. It's a bit ironic because when I first saw the movie Ready Player One, I never thought much about how the movie could become a reality. In fact, I was in disbelief that our future would actually look like that. However, the more I participate in the game, the more I realize just how much we're actually moving towards that reality though. Now, if you're interested in the game, you'll need to get yourself an activation code. You may be able to find one on their Discord or Reddit, as I don't have any to give out, unfortunately. They purposely limited the number of daily participants. If you're interested in learning more about my experience with STEPN or would like to see more content on it, let me know in the comments below, as I normally don't make videos on projects or coins.